apparently. We have a good group online too. So those of you who don't know me, have not met me yet. My name is Doug Ellis. I'm a PC coach here in Pittsburgh for all three offices. I'm also the interim team lead, tag that will be temporary. But in the process of this interim tag, I have a few goals, and one of them is to kind of shift things and make a difference in the vibe and the culture. So we are next week going to be we'll announce it today. We're going to be holding a pep rally next Wednesday. It'll be from 2 to 8 o'clock. You're not required to be here for that entire time. We wanted to give you guys a large window of time to be able to come and go as you please. We have a lot of stuff scheduled. We have a lot of things, exciting, cool things to roll out that day. Breakout sessions, contests, silent auctions, so on and so forth. We'll touch more on that in a bit. But I want to make sure that we start our meeting, and I will start every meeting that I start with is with our core values, because I believe in the Keller Williams culture, and the Keller Williams culture starts with these core values. So, and anybody want to run down the core values? Even online, anybody want to jump in? Can jump in. Go ahead and speak freely, guys. Run them down.
Win-win or no deal.
Awesome. What does that mean to you, Chris?
It just means that when I'm dealing with folks, no matter what side I'm on, I'm trying to put together a deal that makes everybody feel like they've won. Everybody. Buyer, the seller, the agents, everybody.
Yeah.
So walk away from feeling good.
Good. Next one. Anyone? Integrity. What does it mean to you?
Oh my gosh, it's in all things. Again, whether no matter who you're representing, is realizing that your license says that you are representing the general public and that you're always on, and not just representing myself, but this office and the industry that much.
Yep. Good. I'll try not to put you on the spot, but I mean, integrity was a good one for Jen. Our customers always come first. Anybody want to chime in on what that means to them?
What's that mean?
Uh-oh.
No. Customers come first? What, are we working at Kmart or what?
Oh.
See, like I told you, I picked the right one.
Not anymore. Kmart's-
Yeah.
It's true, they're not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
customers are important. We have to kind of make sure everything works out for your customer. And
Yeah.
Look,
they're-
I don't like the word customer. Customer sounds like we're at a used. car
Well, he
sale.
just said it.
Yeah,
It sounds like a read.
yeah.
Right. Right.
So I always like, even I was dealing with someone and he was like, my buyer, I said, no, or client.
I like
Clients.
clients.
Mhm.
Yeah, or clients,
Clients come
you know what I
first.
mean?
Yep.
Because customer, it just doesn't sit right with me personally.
Well, our goal is to make a customer into a client.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
Yeah.
define a lead as a customer and a client as someone who's engaged, right? So.
Okay. Yeah. So we get to the slides. Yep.
Yeah.
You good?
Sorry, Jay.
That's
The box is over top of our slide.
Yes.
Commitment in all things. Dive in. Anyone?
Means being dedicated and getting the job done.
Yep.
Yeah, I would use the word intentional.
Love that word.
Yeah.
Love that word. If anybody caught Mega Camp last year, it was Gary's theme, and I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about it, because that's what, we're intentional in all of our actions, no matter what setting we're in. Whether we are in this setting or with a client or, do a showing or whatever the case may be, even in our personal lives, being intentionality is important. I wish we could fit that in there with a, like maybe a second eye.
I feel like commitment's also just discipline. I
Mhm.
think there's a huge pet peeve of mine of people in this business is that you think once you get your license that the education stops. It's not. It's always growing. It's
Yeah.
always changing, always improve. So
Yeah.
being committed to your business. And
That's an awesome point, because whether you've been in this industry for 2 minutes or 20 years, it shifts, it changes all the time. Well, obviously, right? I mean, we're kind of going through one right now. The market's making some changes and there's some interest rate changes, but not just that aspect of that changes, right? I mean, our clients change, we change. So it's always good to be giving yourself the ability to be able to grow, making yourself available to that change and learning something all the time. Communication,
That's the key.
huge, right?
That's the key. I mean, communication, to me, communication and listening, right? You know, like I'm in a situation, I'm trying to communicate to them what's going on, and they're taking my words and not listening, like, you know, like just take time and communicate and then listen. But communication is the key.
Yeah.
A lot of agents don't want to communicate, especially like if the deal's starting to go south. Where if the deal's starting to go south, you still, if you communicate it properly, right? And then for us as realtors, as communication, say like if Eva is my client, I shouldn't go, oh my God, Eva, this agent, da 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 da, because my communication is going to set off her tone.
That's right.
You know.
That's a good point. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I had a friend and she got mad at me one morning. She said, could you be Deanna, my friend, and not Deanna, my realtor? And I was like, well, right now I'm your realtor.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, where's my friend? Well, call her after 7. You know,
I love it.
but
Well-
communication does, however we set the tone is how everybody in the deal
Right.
or any situation is going to react.
Yeah, it's not just in the effort of communicating, right? It's in how we communicate. That's great point, great point. Creativity. If you're in our PC program, you'll have learned by now as you set up your schedules, our Friday is our creative day. That's the day when we get up Friday and we are intentional about creating something for the following week for ourselves to earn business. And not everybody has the same schedule, but a creative day for our PCs is Friday. So what does that mean to us as a group? Creativity.
Finding out of the box solutions.
Yeah. Yep. Going outside the box. We have KW Connect. We can search for just about anything in the database, right? Creativity is flourishing all over the world with our brand. But that doesn't mean you yourself can't create something, right? I mean, we create and then we share. We create and then we share. And that creativity is what continues to make our company, Keller Williams, a success and out in front all the time. It's creativity. Teamwork is another thing that keeps us out in front. Together, everyone achieves more. That's the best way that I know how to explain it. And we are in an industry that it's very easy to get isolated. Super easy. So connecting with each other, communicating with each other, sharing ideas, coming together like this, like we're going to do next week, doing the PCs. We're going to be adding some more virtual connections to our market center so that we can all stay connected. We're going to have specific groups. We're going to have specific ideas shared within those groups that are going to keep us generating and creating. Okay. So keep an eye out for those things as we work to get those pulled together.
Could I throw something out?
Yes, please.
So lately, in the last 2 weeks on Facebook, it looks like Berkshire had some type of recognition of their agents. Remax. And I don't know about Caldwell, but it seems like, they had this big recognition, like recognizing their agents. And we've never really done anything like that. I mean, like when I first started in 2015, we had some type of recognition out there.
In New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing on Instagram a lot. KW North is doing a really good job with graphics when an agent caps. And that's a public forum. And it, to me, would go a long way towards recruiting. It's just showing how many agents that month cap and what does capping mean. And they reiterate that every month. So something like that on social, I think really kind of encourages your agents to
On
be
the public-
engaged in
on
the
the public
office
forum, yeah.
social as well.
Right.
You know?
Not
Yeah.
just internal, on the
Right,
public.
on the
Yeah.
public, and that
Yeah.
goes under
I would love to see us
creativity.
on more than just, we're like
Or
Facebook
internal.
or whatever, like LinkedIn and, showing those cappings, what does that mean? And connecting with more people in the
Yeah.
community, I think would do that.
I link LinkedIn for sure,
100%.
definitely, 100%. One of the things that we've started doing, at least in Altoona, I've started doing with my Facebook advertising, I've started using the hashtags because they cross-platform. So you'll see some of the hashtags developing. But one of the things that we are going to be developing here in the coming months, weeks more than anything is we're going to develop a team within our team that is we call it we're calling it the Love It team. So if you see hashtag Love It, be ready for the t-shirts and the stickers and the folders and whatever. It's going to be a spirit squad, for lack of a better way of putting it. But those kinds of things, I want to make sure our spirit squad is making sure, holding us accountable to get that stuff out, because I agree, it's so important.
And that comes under creativity
Yeah, absolutely.
and
Yeah.
teamwork.
Yeah. How about trust?
Trust, obvious,
Trust,
starts with honesty,
right.
it's about being transparent.
Yeah, not taking shortcuts, right?
I took a Franklin Covey class probably 20-something years ago, and the guest speaker said, if I can lie for you, I can lie to you. So I think that's such a huge phrase to share with clients that are like, oh, we're not gonna disclose that, or we're not gonna know. I mean, it's about, again, integrity
Yeah,
all the way through.
and integrity only means something if you are who you are when nobody's looking. There's another thing that I learned years and years ago from Dale Carnegie was, you're only as good as the person you look as you see in the mirror. So same premise. If I can lie for you, I can lie to you. You can lie to the person in the mirror, you can lie to anybody. So trust, equity. Anybody want to chime in on equity?
I think that goes hand in hand with teamwork. I think there's the concept in this business, like you said, it's easy to get lonely and feel isolated. And I think that if you come from abundance instead of scarcity, there's enough to go around.
Yeah.
And to just, always be willing to share if you're not able to get to that thing or whatever, like if I get a commercial, I'm sending it somewhere else. It's not my follow-ups or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. And working together is important. Success results through people, so it all ties together right back to it. So what's one thing that's not up there in those that you would add?
Diversity.
Beautiful.
I would have
Yes.
there.
Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Equity.
Loyalty. Yep. There's another L that's not up there that it really surprises me that is not there, that I was kind of shocked.
Yeah.
Leverage. Leverage. Yeah. Because what we do with all of these is leverage. We're leveraging every one of these, one inside of the other, and we're making them work together and melding one team together underneath these values. But it's hard to question them. It's hard to, armchair quarterback the core values. They're solid. They're solid. And we'll start every meeting. We probably won't dive as deep as we did today, but I like to start every meeting and not rush through them, because I believe that they're that important. They set the tone. They set the tone for who we are as a company and who you should want to be as an agent and a person. So thanks for your patience for that. Let's move on.
So we have a speaker, Ms. Alison here from Pittsburgh Magazine, to talk about an exciting opportunity for us. And then, yes.
Well, hi, nice to meet you all. Thank you for having me. I don't know what's the best way to do this, if I just. say-
The floor is yours.
I'm not good at this, so just
However
bear
you
with
wanna do
me.
it.
Don't be super judgmental. So I kind of gonna use my phone and she has it up on the screen, but basically, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Pittsburgh Magazine. We've been around for over 50 years. Obviously, we've created a great loyalty, trust, and engagement with our readers. We're basically the who's who in the media go-to things to do, kind of what's cool in the upcoming world. I guess I was going to just kind of go through our demographics a little bit so that you understand like our circulation and our readership. Every month we have over 560,000 readers that are engaged, whether it's through our printed magazines, our digital flip book, our weekly newsletters. We do custom e-blasts, we have events, we're basically kind of a tabletop considered magazine publication where, if you want it sitting out, it's pretty and glossy. Now, besides just print, we obviously have a little more going on. We have our newsletters. I don't know if you're familiar with them. But we have Nest, which is obviously directed, targeted towards the home industry, trends, what's going on. You know, what's the coolest color right now, kind of what's the new looks, like for instance, we have our April Best of Design where builders, designers, they get to submit their beautiful projects that they created. And then we have a beautiful panel of judges and they get to vote on it. So that will be in our April home. So basically we have our 12 regular monthly publication pieces through the regular Pittsburgh Magazine. And we also have our 4 standalone issues, which are our home issues. That is January, April, July, and October for this year. We also have a weddings issue, which sometimes people like to go a little different, kind of out of the box angle. I have a mortgage lender that's decided they wanted to kind of, you know, grace those pages because it's a different side of things. You know, it's people that are starting their new lives. They want a new home. So it's just kind of looking at things differently. There goes my phone. So basically, what does the magazine offer? We offer print, which can be agent ads individually, you know, branding ads. We can do team, like a meet the team. We also can do listing, like corporate listing ads. It really just all depends on what is, you know, interests you at the time, what the market's doing, what you want to do. Digitally, we have our newsletters, our custom e-blasts. We have sponsored content within our pittsburghmagazine.com homepage. And then we have our social media outlets, our platforms, which is obviously Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So I think I'm on, where am I? Yeah, I'm on agent ads. So this is just a few examples of what we have right now for agent ads. Emily with Pyatt, she actually does our Pittsburgh Eats newsletter as well as our best restaurants because I mean, like her, like me, I'm a foodie. So it's just really kind of where your head's at and the way you feel that your dollars will get you the biggest bang for the buck. So her ad is considered a half page and then Stephanie's ad is considered a quarter page. Okay, and then this is an example of a meet the team. We did this with Compass, where you see you have kind of a lead and cover page, and then each agent is focused. You know, you can come out, take professional photos for you, help you do the write-up so that it's polished and pretty. And then you can just scan because it just a little more pieces. You see how a team did it together, individual agents have done it themselves. Now this is more of a listing layout where it's more of the corporate listings. This was done in our sister magazine out in Colorado. So you have the view cover page as well as the actual property listing themselves. And then that's another example of kind of a corporate layout listing, which I understand the market's a little like in and out right now. So print listings might not be the best way during this time, but maybe in the future. When you're trying to kind of like push those higher end listings, such. So these are my rates right now for realtors. It's a fantastic price. They're highly discounted. Full page is $1,800, whereas typically it could be upwards of $5,000 for a full page, depending on your frequency when you do them per year. So we actually have great realtor ads.
Alison, how many agents could we fit in a full page ad? I've been trying to get us to do a full page meet the team.
Well, for
Like
corporate,
business card, not the whole spread.
I mean, so that you're all seen and you're not all smushed together. I would,
Keller Williams is just like never in this magazine. So I'm trying to do like a one pager where we say, hey, here we are, you know.
I mean, I probably wouldn't go over like a quarter page per agent, just because, especially if you have like photographs and such. I mean, if I back up.
4 or 6, because I've seen them where there's like there's 8, but those are houses.
Right, and they're so tiny. And you
Right.
can, you know, it's like basically a thumbprint for the photo. So I mean, it really depends on what information you want to include. I mean, you could do it in a quarter.
Disappears.
Well, I'm trying
Yeah.
to make it cost effective too. So if you take $1,800 for a full page and you divide it by 6 people, it's only $300.
Yeah, I wouldn't stress
Right.
that. I mean, if you're talking, if you can't fit everybody, you're talking probably pages in the top 20%.
Whoever wants to spend the $300, right? Whoever's willing to put down the $300 so that we can get into the magazine and have some branding for Keller Williams. And, you know, this is everybody who spends $1 million in Pittsburgh reads this magazine. Everybody knows that, right?
Maybe you
Everybody
should
knows.
do a spread
worth
So you
it.
can put more agents, more chip in, and you have a full spread.
Well, yeah, but when you say full spread, that was multiple pages. We're talking about $5,000 now. So we
No,
really
we're
need to chip
talking
in.
18 and 18, right?
That's one page.
Right, depending on if you want to do full page, and plus, I mean, any agent can do their own size.
Sure.
I mean, the Compass layout is obviously, it's just a universal layout, so
Sure,
it's,
it's really.
and it is, it's gorgeous. We came out, we took the photos of them. I understand you guys might be moving to a different location.
Correct.
Right.
I mean, we're willing to like get one of our photographers to come out. We can do like a big team photo outside,
Yeah.
put it as, you know, the
That's what
lead and
all
cover
was talking
page.
about.
So there's a lot of different ways that we can go and a lot of different ways that we can be creative as well.
Alison,
Like-
what do you think the cost would be for something like that, if you just described?
Well, I can tell you that the Compass, I'm a little nicer than some other people, but the Compass page, it was 8 pages, it was $9,500.
That's what I need to know. I need to get a
So-
scope of what we're talking about.
Right.
Okay, so that's great. Thank you.
But obviously it's like coming on board, kind of, you know, feeling out the process,
Right.
things like that. I mean, everything is always negotiable,
Sure.
so. Okay, any other print questions? All right, so some digital products. Obviously digital, you get in front of your clients and in front of our readers a lot sooner. We have our newsletters, which we have Nest, the 412, Pittsburgh Eats, and the Visitor's Guide. I run a site, we have our social media platforms,
So
and
is
then,
all of that included in the 1,800?
no.
Okay.
No, this is a completely different kind of route when you go. Now, what we can do is something, for instance, let's say we do a meet the agents page or what we
Just
could do.
digitally.
I mean, we could do it print and then maybe as an extra value added benefit, I could throw you on sponsored content.
I mean,
So then that way it's like a polished digital ad online for that full month too. So that's what I mean. There's a lot of give and take in this.
you know, keep in mind with the print, guys, like you get, you know, a magazine in mail, Coastal Living. You look through it, you throw it away. Pittsburgh Magazine is more like a resource. It's got a guide in there, restaurants you could go check out, or parks you could go to, or whatever.
Because my client was
Maybe
in
they
there,
keep them longer.
yeah, and my client was in there last week. Yeah,
Oh, Mecca.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
just
you
had
just
all
like
to the
to-
house with Mecca. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just doing the Lawrenceville lot, so
Yeah.
over there, so
Oh.
he's wonderful. And the other thing
All that,
is,
no, I'm joking.
yeah, is our circulation numbers are audited. So it's not something I'm just making up, pulling out of the air, but it says one issue of our magazine exchanges at least 5 times different hands. You know, people pass it on to their neighbors, you know. Well, pre-pandemic, you know, they're sitting in a waiting room at a doctor's office, they're sitting in
I think
hotel
we're all in
lobbies.
agreement of doing this, it's just figuring out how to do it.
Right, and
Yeah.
how much you're
Yeah,
willing to put
like,
forth.
that's, like, you don't have to sell us on pitch.
Right.
Okay.
You know, we're good, we're good on that.
Okay, well, I'm done with that. All right, bye. Here's some cake pop. Have a great day.
It's just trying to figure out, like, how do we, you know, how, because one of the things, like Ollie here brought up, that we do need to take the picture in front of.
Like as if Keller Williams branding in front of the new office, a meet the team, new
Right,
yes.
location. I just think that would be like a good launch into the magazine as like Keller Williams exclusive.
Yeah.
This is our new space. This is who we are.
Or new name, I mean, we have all this newness to
So,
us.
so let me ask you guys a question. I know they're building out the space and I know it might be tricky because the windows might not be cleaned or whatever. And I know we're not moving in there until summer, late summer, fall or whatever, but spring's here. So my point is that I don't want to wait till next year to put this ad in Pittsburgh Magazine. I want to put it in Pittsburgh Magazine for now.
Well, and even if you did it for now, then the office could kick in maybe in the fall with the we've moved kind of thing and.
Do like a
bump that
refresh.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
we're
think you
not
just need to
present and
talk-
we need to get present sooner than later.
Mm.
We need to get present now.
Well, we always have ideas.
Yeah.
It's herding the cats
is.
and getting people to commit
And
and
the
then
money.
saying this is what we're gonna do.
Right, and putting forth the money,
Period.
right?
Yeah.
Herding the cats is,
Yeah,
Herding.
it's like.
would not put it better, would not have put it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Well,
I'm
here's
in.
one
And the
thing,
I have one thing
Yeah.
before you go. So, Allison, I think we
Yes.
have just one little issue.
Right.
How do we pull Altoona and Johnstown?
Well, what we could do is,
Because we have 3 offices and everything's new.
I mean,
We got
do you
the
have
new
like a
name.
beautiful outside Keller Williams sign that could just be used?
You wish.
Like I could show you, maybe email you some examples, like, we do a feature called Faces. So I've had, you know, full offices stand outside of like some type of signage, or they created some type of signage.
Maybe we could digitally put in the sign,
Maybe we could do something like that,
maybe we could create the sign.
kind of, you know, and then just kind of do it per office, kind of
Not going that way.
not feeling that one.
I just feel like sometimes when I see like those group pictures, it's kind of diluted, like I'd rather see like something like a really pretty graphic of the city or something like that, and then individual highlights of agents.
One thing I want to say, don't let urgency spoil effectiveness,
And
Right.
creativity and just
okay? Let's not,
branding.
I agree with you, we need to get out there. There's no question.
I mean, like years ago.
No doubt about it.
like.
There's no doubt about it.
Can you do something too that's different than every other real estate company?
Absolutely.
As opposed to like, you're just like standing there in the office. or,
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. I mean, we're open to any kind of new creative initiatives. If you guys need, like in the middle of the night, something comes to you.
So here's one.
email.
Here's
You're in
one.
the shower singing.
Oh,
and-
Lorna wants to say something.
Your model photography that you guys shoot when you're doing spreads or doing exposés or doing your featurettes. What would it take for us to get product placement in that photography? Meaning business cards.
Well, you mean within the editorial itself?
Let's for instance, a photographer's taking a picture of a kitchen counter.
Well, unfortunately, there's a fine line between editorial and sales.
Yeah.
And the way I explain it, it's like a middle, school dance, like editorials on the one side of the room and they put sales on the other. Unfortunately, it's just the way they feel that could compromise the
Sure.
integrity
Sure.
of the editorial,
I agree.
because, so.
Okay, no, perfect.
I
So
think there
think,
needs to be like an ALC topic, and I think you need to put it on the agenda and invite agents that are interested in the ad to come and have like a mastermind around it without it being like this ridiculous 500,000 ideas.
Right.
Because if everybody's featured in one thing, you want to have a cohesive brand and a cohesive look to it. So I think you just need to invite those people, see who's serious, and then go from there, because that will determine like the size and the placement or whatever you're thinking.
think,
So next ALC, put it on the agenda or whatever, put it on the
Yeah.
agenda and get people there that are interested.
think in terms of that product placement. We have a mortgage person coming in at 11, right? Don't forget the cross brand.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you.
Don't forget the cross brand. For those of you who want to jump in and get in this out singularly or working together with somebody else, don't look at the expense of it as just being solitary.
I don't think agents are great about spending.
Okay. Well,
Ah,
they are where I come from.
Yeah.
so-
I'd like to see us think about this from the standpoint of, like, for lack of a better word, a launch, right? None of our faces have ever been in Pittsburgh Magazine. So who on our roster is the most well-known? She needs to be in Pittsburgh Magazine. They need to be in Pittsburgh Magazine. He needs to be in Pittsburgh Magazine. If we are gonna brand ourselves, we need to take the power of the brands we already have and put them in Pittsburgh Magazine. I'd rather do that.
Did you feel that?
Okay, wait a minute, I'm like, okay, I'm like, I
I
don't
agree.
understand what I'm saying.
No, I
This
agree.
needs to be like a more focused conversation. We're going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Right, we are.
I think there's no question that there's interest, and I think you're gonna hear back. We just need to say, in the next 60 days, this is happening. Like,
Yeah.
we need to be prepared. And if we were to say in the next whatever, when would your next deadline be
Yes.
to need to have that?
Okay, so right now, like for instance, May, my space reservation deadline is the 22nd
Of March,
of this month.
right.
So, but then I think the artwork itself is until the 31st.
Okay.
So you're at
I
40
mean, it's-
days, 40-day turnaround.
Yeah, and I mean,
2 months.
that's what I mean, especially, how you're saying, okay, well, we're opening in the summer, but if we want to make those summer issues, we would have to be a little preemptive
100%.
in our planning,
Yeah.
So we're with, me. So now we have an idea. We got an idea of the cost, we got an idea of the timeline, we
Mhm.
got an idea of what's possible.
So if we want to hit June, we need to have an idea of April.
Eva.
All right, let's sum it up. Next week, let's hold a meeting for anyone who wants to attend, talking about Pittsburgh Magazine, and just get something to her by then.
Yeah, let's not wait till
Thanks,
ALC.
Got it. So let's schedule something for next week, and we'll invite everyone who wants to come, put it out on all the social media platforms, and then we'll just go with it.
Okay,
Okay.
everybody at home, catch that.
Anyone want to say something?
Are you?
Am I done now?
No, you're.
Oh, well, I mean, I have some
9 more
digital.
Well, you don't, you're good.
We're just trying to make
You're
it.
good.
Yeah. We're just trying to make your job easier.
Yeah.
If you wanna work for it, then go right ahead.
No. I mean, I
No,
have
we're
this,
good.
I can email this to you at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah, email it to
I
us.
don't wanna
Please
take,
do that.
I don't wanna take too much time.
Do you have
But
a
someone on the line has a question.
I know, does she have a question? She wanted to say something, right?
Lorna, do you want to share your thing?
It was more of just like when everybody was throwing ideas out there. I was just gonna say, I think what is done to the new office, in my opinion, is really pretty. And you can even still take pictures there and be like, building up real estate, or, just make it to where we're all moving forward and building something bigger and better.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
that's cute.
And what's you? Wearing our
Thank you.
hard hat.
I love
And say
it.
how you-
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
Actually, I really like that.
so do I really like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I get the discount then. I get the discount.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look at Jennifer's face. Red and white.
Come on, Jen.
Come on, Jen.
Come on, Jen.
How about
Okay,
just
I'm
like
not a
leather
red
hats with a
person.
red cape?
I'm not a
Yeah.
red person.
Jennifer.
What's that, Lorna?
Jennifer Garner.
I said I'm not a red person, so if we can just not do red.
Send the two redheads of the room.
Yeah, y'all don't wear one. Y'all got red hair.
Redheads don't look good in
No,
red.
we like that. That's a good idea. I like that idea.
So do I.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Maybe black is sleeker, whatever. I just have a visual.
Black or steel? I like steel. As you can tell. I like a steel color.
Yeah, we can do
A
that.
little more.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, so does your city. Still
That's
good
right.
idea.
I mean,
No pun
anyway,
Okay.
go ahead,
All
please.
right, moving on.
So ideally, you're looking for June, a June announcement.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
So what's our deadline for June? You don't have to go through your presentation.
I'm not good. She's like, just stop.
We're done.
Yeah, we're
It would be
talking
the end of April.
the end of April.
Yeah.
Okay,
pull
we're
that off.
gonna meet next week. and we'll-
Yeah, we're gonna pull it off.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, well then I'm done.
Make things happen.
Yeah, you're done.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you.
All right. Anybody online have any questions about any of this that was just gone over? Chime in, jump in. Anyone?
No, I'm good. Thanks for everything, everybody, with your good ideas.
Oh, what is that?
Hang on one second.
This building doesn't let you, our technology company doesn't let you run more.
You might need to go Spotify.
I think it's
Has no processing power.
The laptop needs one. It needs a stronger processor.
There's always.
Yeah.
And it could be that color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be that color with the. I like that. Like we had the shovel.
Yep, I'll stop with it.
Here's some extra.
There's still some gravel in there. Like, we're not gonna-
Yeah, we are shovel
I will
ready.
follow up, I don't know.
So,
No, no,
so
you
everybody's
can't.
throwing out.
We don't hold you up.
I don't understand. why
Your red's
we're
our
throwing-
color. We're team red.
Yeah.
We're not doing
All right.
All right,
Let's
we're going
move
down a
on.
rabbit
That's
hole.
what I thought.
Okay,
There goes the
Okay,
squirrel.
who won the
Go ahead.
contest?
I haven't counted it yet because I wanted to wait until 11:59 and then I wasn't going to do work at 12 a.m. So you will learn at the
Pep rally.
pep rally. I will notify the winner beforehand, so
Well, I
I
know it's
force
not
them
me.
to be there in the most polite and respectful way.
Alana, that's all gonna happen before the game, right?
Yes, the game itself is on the 29th. So I
And
will.
Ally's 8 should only count as one pending.
I know.
What?
I have 8 pending for this one.
No, that's 8 pending.
No, it's one deal.
How hard is it to do that? Very hard.
It's all 8 in one.
Is it 8 units in a building?
No, it's 8 houses.
individual houses.
But
That's
one-
8.
All right,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
not get into
Okay.
semantics.
Okay.
More than 8, so we're
So we're getting in the weeds again.
Come
Get
on.
in the weeds.
We're getting in the weeds.
So next, yeah, whoever won it will know here in the next couple days and then we'll announce it next week. New office progress.
We got some pictures. This was from when we went out last week.
Did y'all stretch that photo? Because that thing looks huge.
No, this is just me.
Not enhanced.
Yeah, it's long. It's
It's long.
tall and long.
Allie did some high kicks.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
hearing weird things in these pictures. You got every
Nobody
weird
was
thing.
hurt.
I'm an artist. I'm not
Thank
sure
you.
what to
I
say.
love it.
Yeah.
You notice how she made sure she didn't get my headshot.
I'm
Yeah.
curious, I was texting Joe yesterday and asking about the flooring.
Mhm.
He said that there's gonna be like concrete in the front, and then on the first floor, carpet in the offices, and then something else in the back, but then upstairs will be the hardwoods, like in throughout the top.
Why are we doing carpet?
Cause it's all messed up, like there's just a hodgepodge of whatever. He said it also will cut down on noise. I understand that, but, I'm like, you're gonna be carpet, do it upstairs, cause that's where the,
That's
but
what it
whatever.
was.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I know they're finishing up, as you can see, this was last week, so the flooring in the center, they were just laying the concrete or prepping to lay the concrete last week, so I was actually gonna go up there today and see if it's done. Because they have to do the layout for the
Why
first
can't
floor,
we do
and then we need to
concrete?
look at the layout, and there's gonna possibly be some
It's so expensive right
addendums to
now.
it. Some changes. So, yeah, there's some few changes to the first floor. The second floor is laid out. It's chalked out. So as you can see, that's what that is here. They chalked it out, so.
They're making progress.
They're getting there, yeah. Considering the times that we live in, they're actually not doing that bad.
Yeah.
March birthdays, really quick. I want to publicly apologize to Natasha Smith for, I don't know why, but scheduling her birthday announcement to go out on the 2nd in the Facebook group. But yes, so these are everyone's correct birthdays. We have Scott, we have Natasha, we have Dante, Maddie Greiger, Lana, and Robert.
So can I say
Happy
something?
birthday.
Yeah, the only two and a half people. Who's Lena, Robert, and Scott?
I just got Lane from Facebook.
Rob Mitchell used to be in my, and I posted on our Facebook page like last fall, he got
He got
married,
married, yeah.
tall blonde guy. He works full time downtown, but he does very much so.
Nice.
Nice kid.
Okay.
And then
I see Scott Lane on Facebook.
Yeah, I see Lane on Facebook.
I've never seen him in person. He's been here.
He's been here.
Handful of times.
Yeah, I've seen him here.
I don't know who he is.
Lana she joined like a year or two ago, but she has her license with us and she's in command.
Alana, it's nice to see some names that we don't hear every day on the birthday announcement. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alana.
All right. And then work anniversary as for Jordana. I don't even think she's here on this call, but happy anniversary to Jordana, and then also Justin Mathis.
Yay! Happy anniversary!
And then we have some new agents to KW exclusive. We have James Kempo, who's an agent in Pittsburgh, and then Brad Sauerbauer and Ryan Heider. I trying my best. But they are both agents at our Johnstown office.
Nice, welcome.
And then Heather Edmondson Cap this month.
Come on.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Someday I'm gonna count them. Inspiring.
And then last month, top 5 agents with closed units, Joshua Neese, who we will be losing, but for just how life goes. But yeah, so
What happened?
Joshua,
he's leaving
is he moving?
to Nolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that hasn't officially happened yet, so
Right.
he still closed 2 properties, and then just behind him, this is in volume, even though they're all tied. So Joshua, and then Lisa, and then Heather, Jennifer Burns, and then Ryan Edmondson.
She's Lisa.
She's been in my coaching for 2.5 years.
Is she? No.
So you're saying this whole group, there's only 5 people that closed a deal?
No, these are the top 5.
Oh,
Yes.
the top 5. So what's the 2s and the 1s?
That's how many properties that they closed, and then the
This is
volume
volume
basis
leaders.
it. Yes.
This is a volume.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's the middle of winter, though.
Break it down for us, Eva.
And here's our market center numbers. So you'll see for closed units, we are up by 11.6% for the month, which is amazing. We're on track for the year. Closed sales volume, we're down a little bit, down 19.7%.
That's
For the
crazy to
month.
me, sorry,
Yeah.
because the
and then-
prices are up so high. So
Right,
they're- okay.
yeah. For the year, we're down about 25%. For listings taken, we're down 37% over last month. But for the year, it's really,
Wow, even out.
down, yeah, we're only down 1.9%. For the listings taken volume, we saw a considerable drop this month. But year to date, it's, only down 37.3%. Listings sold, same amount as last month.
Wow.
And then year to date, we're down 10%. Listings sold volume, we're down 41% and 36.8% for the year. Contracts written, we have the same number as last month, and we're actually up for the year by 7.6%.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Contracts written volume, down 2% over the month, down 4.7% for the year. And then closed GCI, down about 10.8% and down 23.1% for the year.
Eva, you did a wonderful job, but what I see is winter, 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 and thank God it's spring. So I'm just gonna say
Yes,
that.
yes.
Okay.
That is a great summary.
Woo-hoo, spring.
All right, so you might have seen it in I posted it on Facebook the day or so ago about the office for the pep rally. We'd like to have a silent auction to go along with that. And
To
we,
benefit charity.
yeah, to benefit charity. And so we would just like everyone's input for what charities that they would like to give to or consistently give to kind of support what our agents are passionate about. And so just so I can like keep a running copy, if you want to either respond on my Facebook post with your charity, or if you just want to send me an email or text me if you have my number, just to let us know. One of the prizes right now, for sure, is Megan Link will be offering her TC services for one whole deal, and that's valued at about $397, I believe. So she will handle, everything for you. You just have to, be the face. But yeah, so she committed to that can be one of the prizes. And then we're gonna have some other stuff. We have some other stuff working as well, kind of in that vein.
Red store stuff. We're
Yeah.
gonna have some red store things. We're probably gonna do a sign credit. If you guys, we get a personal sign, we'll do a sign credit. So there's gonna be all kinds of stuff for you to auction out. Did you go over the charities that you have in the hopper, at least voted on? Some of the ones that were voted on? Or
There,
suggested, I should say.
Lisa Whitman has
St. Jude's,
St. Jude's.
St. Jude was one.
Gary
Gary
Sneed's.
Sneed's
Yep.
Foundation. World Central Kitchen, I don't know if anybody has seen them or not, but that guy travels all over the world. Every disaster relief that there is, he's on the ground and on the front lines, literally handing out food
Well,
right
I
now.
had made a suggestion before I knew all about this, is
Yeah.
that we should look at least giving some part of our commission to KW Cares.
Yeah, I just added that to the list.
There you go.
Okay, we just added that. And I
Yep.
added to
We
the
talked
comment.
about that a while ago, remember before, Mike?
We wanted to, and that's great. I mean, we wanted to make sure that we were doing that, but we wanted to make sure we're also kind of spreading it out a little bit in like to include some current.
So there's
Stuff.
also a refugee place over on Hamilton Avenue. And they service a lot of folks with food and clothing, toothpaste, and they're local.
Yeah, well, that's what we were looking local. If we do a local, then we do a KW Cares, and then maybe we just do Central
Like an
Kitchen for the international.
or,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to make sure we left the floor open for you guys to give your suggestions. So,
Mhm.
we don't have anything by, say, Friday. I think we'll just make the hardened decision of the three that we'll run with, and we'll go with it. I don't think anybody's gonna complain about giving charity. so.
Yeah.
So
All
can
right.
I add Deanna Davis? No.
Right here.
Yes.
Doug, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a quantum leap instructor for our market center.
Okay.
We never really advertise quantum leap, but I don't know if there's any way to auction off quantum leap, but we could auction off sponsorship to a quantum leap session, you know, like if somebody has a 18 to 28-year-old they want to sponsor,
Mhm.
attend quantum leap. I could offer that to sponsor someone.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, get with the girls,
idea.
let's put something together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, and then I also wanted to highlight that KW has released a new diversity certification. So you can have the title Agent of Distinction. The prerequisite for it, you complete 2 classes and they're free online. I will post in the comment of the Facebook, when I, or not Facebook, the YouTube recording, when I upload it, I will have the link to check out, kind of get more information. I'll just have that in the comments. But so the 2 classes that are the, that you have to take before you can go through the modules. There's The Color of Real Estate and Unconscious Bias in Real Estate. They're both taught by Julie Lachey, and she's awesome. I mean, I've sat in on both of the classes and like taken notes and stuff. She'll provide you with a handout before that you can print out and kind of like write on. But there's a lot of like really good resources and kind of talking about how agents and realtors, you know, have a bigger responsibility beyond, you know, just, or there's a deeper part to it, and how to kind of be the best agent that you can be.
How do we get to the classes?
Get to the classes. I will send a link to that as well. Yeah, they're free online. They go consistently. They're normally on Wednesdays and they go from 3 to 4:30. I think she's based in like the Chicago area, I think. And so it'll say like, it will say 2 to 3:30, but that's Central Time. So don't freak out like I did. So
And just to clarify, the actual title you receive by doing the modules, which costs, I think like $275,
yes.
but it's a cool title, like
Agent of
worth it in my
Distinction.
opinion.
Agent of Distinction, so you do
Yeah.
the 2 classes and then you do these modules, which are basically like testing your knowledge or whatever.
Yeah, it's online. And then because I took Unconscious Bias in Real Estate first, and then I did The Color of Real Estate second, and I took that last week. And there were some other people who were in the class, and they actually were halfway through the modules already, and that they were really enjoying it, and that they thought that it was really good and resourceful.
Where do we go to find out about that? Can you email it?
I'll email it, yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of point this out. I think this is a really awesome opportunity. In Unconscious Bias in Real Estate, I actually learned that in the core values, equity was added in 2020. And so obviously to the people in the room, that's not news to you, but because you've been here, but I thought that was really cool that KW has committed to taking action in making sure that everything is equitable, not just equal, but equitable. And so then that kind of also ties into, you know, like win-win or no deal. So I thought that was pretty nice.
Alana, if it will inspire you, there's an amazing little letter that Gary Keller wrote before this initiative was launched. We'll dig it up for you so you can read it.
Yeah, I heard about it. I have not read it though, so thank you. And then yeah, just this is the kind of formal announcement for the pep rally. Like Doug said, it's going to be from 2 to 8. You do not have to be there for the entire time. That's just long enough for everyone to kind of like come in and out. There'll be food there, the silent auction,
Games, activities.
Yeah.
Breakouts.
breakouts. Yes.
One of the breakouts, we're gonna have 3 different sessions throughout that 6-hour period. is gonna be onboarding 101.
All right, that's cool.
So I expect that one to be the most highly attended, because we have a lot of questions about where everybody's at. I know coming in as the interim TL, that's one of the big obstacles, is trying to connect with everybody, trying to get everybody on the same page, and making sure that we are getting to you what you need, and you're getting the most out of it. It's vital. It's so important to make sure you guys have what you need. It's important to me. I know it's important to Joe. So a lot of those breakouts are going to be geared towards trying to get from you guys what we need to get to you to make you guys more effective. Okay?
Do we need donations to that at all?
Donations for
For
the
the silent
breakouts?
auction?
Oh, for the auctions?
Yeah, sorry.
That's,
If you have something.
if you have something, yeah, absolutely.
I can get some.
Yeah, there's no cap on giveaways.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely not. The more money we can raise for charity, absolutely.
And then, yep, so we,
Perfect.
yes, perfect timing. I did not think we would make it. But yeah, so we have Fauna here from America's Preferred Home Warranty. And so she's gonna do kind of a lunch and learn. So there's food at the back. I will keep the Zoom link on for anyone who, can't attend in person. But yeah, so I guess we can take a brief interim.
Yeah.
Grab some food and go from there. But thank you for all attending the team meeting. We'll have it uploaded. Yeah, we'll have it uploaded to YouTube later today, and I'll have all the